The president of Mexico, Claudia Sheinbaum, has responded decisively to Donald Trump's recent tariff threats and misinformation about a supposed agreement following a phone call between the two. Her response reflects a thoughtful and calculated strategy to counter Trump's trademark rhetoric, which frequently relies on exaggeration, half-truths, and self-promotion. As standing her ground, Sheinbaum has showcased her commitment to defending Mexico's sovereignty and maintaining the dignity of her office. Trump's threats began last week when he proposed a sweeping 25% tariff on goods imported from Mexico and Canada, the United States' two largest trading partners. The move was presented as a reaction to what Trump called a failure by these countries to address migration and drug trafficking issues. Sheinbaum wasted no time responding. In a letter and speech, she made it clear that Mexico would not capitulate to threats. Instead, she warned of retaliatory tariffs that could impact major American industries, sending a message that Mexico would not hesitate to leverage its economic power if provoked. But before we get into the details, hit the subscribe button like this video and leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for your support. The situation escalated after a phone call between Trump and Sheinbaum earlier this week. Shortly after the call, Trump took to social media claiming victory. He asserted that Sheinbaum had agreed to take drastic measures, including effectively closing Mexico's borders to stop migration into the United States. He also claimed progress had been made in addressing drug trafficking and that the crisis at the southern border was now resolved. However, Sheinbaum quickly and publicly refuted Trump's statements. She took to social media to clarify what had actually transpired during their conversation. She stated that Mexico had not made any new concessions or changes to its policies. Sheinbaum explained that her government's comprehensive approach to migration, which includes assisting migrants before they reach the U.S. border, has been in place for some time, predating Trump's tariff threats. She also reiterated Mexico's commitment to respecting human rights in dealing with migration, a stark contrast to Trump's portrayal of the conversation as a sweeping victory. Sheinbaum's rebuttal also addressed Trump's claims about drug trafficking. She highlighted that synthetic drug consumption is primarily a domestic U.S. issue. According to her, 99% of synthetic drug consumption occurs within the U.S., and much of the trafficking is carried out by Americans or originates from Asian countries, not Mexico. Her remarks underscored the importance of addressing the demand side of the issue rather than placing blame on Mexico. Trump's claims were further amplified by figures like Elon Musk, who shared misleading narratives on social media. For example, Musk endorsed a post falsely stating that Sheinbaum had announced new policies in response to Trump's tariff threats. This kind of disinformation spread through influential platforms complicates efforts to present an accurate picture of events and reinforces Trump's pattern of using social media to create a parallel reality. This episode also brings attention to Trump's contradictory stance on trade agreements. His tariff threats undermine the United States-Mexico-Canada agreement, UMESCA, a deal negotiated by his own administration. The USMCA, which replaced NAFTA, was promoted by Trump as a landmark achievement in establishing fair trade between the three countries. Yet, by threatening tariffs, Trump risks breaching the very agreement he once championed, jeopardizing the stability of North American trade relations. President Biden weighed in on the matter, cautioning against actions that could damage relationships with key allies like Mexico and Canada. Speaking from Nantucket over the holiday weekend, Biden described Trump's tariff threats as counterproductive. He emphasized that maintaining strong ties with neighboring countries is crucial for the U.S., particularly given the interconnected nature of the North American economy. The broader implications of Trump's threats extend beyond economics. They highlight his tendency to alienate allies while avoiding criticism of adversaries. This approach has often left the U.S. isolated on the global stage. Sheinbaum's response, however, demonstrates a commitment to constructive dialogue and mutual respect. She emphasized the importance of building bridges rather than closing borders, a sentiment that stands in stark contrast to Trump's combative tactics. As the situation unfolds, Sheinbaum has made it clear that Mexico will protect its interests and is prepared to respond to any economic aggression. Her leadership reflects a commitment to truth, diplomacy, and the welfare of her country. By setting the record straight and standing firm against misinformation, Sheinbaum has shown that Mexico is not only a critical trading partner, but also a nation unwilling to be bullied into submission. This episode underscores the challenges of navigating international relations in an era of heightened disinformation and political posturing. While Trump seeks to create headlines and claim victories, leaders like Scheinbaum remain focused on substantive governance and the long-term well-being of their people. As global challenges like migration and drug trafficking continue to demand collective solutions, the contrast between these two approaches could not be more apparent. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.